Hello and welcome to my next tutorial for blues beginners. In my last one I explained you the blue notes and how important it is to accentuate those, and now we will add a simple left hand. My opinion is that what you find in most books, that this one is the easiest left hand, is more a myth than a truth. It's a legend. It has some difficulties like jumping on the same notes. And also people forget about the fifth finger very soon, they play this. So it's actually not the easiest one I find, and I will take this one here. It's really nice and rocking and swaying, and we have a look also how to count this one. We count in dotted eighth notes, like in swing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So not only will we add a left hand, but with adding a left hand comes the independence of the right hand, or at least we have to train the independence, because we all know that our brain hemispheres are connected and we don't like doing different things in the right hand to the left hand. Because playing piano is not an evolutionary thing. It's an artificial thing for our brain. So, we have this left hand, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if we start a left hand, we always do the same procedure with the right hand. First we play the simple eighth notes on one note. Gives you also the metronome for the left hand, and it's the beginning of playing different notes. Like this, you start with this one. And you will also realize at the same time that every fourth note has 3 eighth notes. And when you have 3 eighth notes and 1 fourth note on one beat, it's a triplet. You knew that all along, I know. Like, let's have a look. So, let's count this. If we count this one here, in not only just with a dotted and, like 1 and 2 and 3, we will realize that this is in fact a triplet rhythm. It's like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. That means the and we said in the beginning is always naming the last of those triplets. Like 1, nan, nan, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. After we learned this with this 1, nan, nan, 2, we can go back to 1 and 2 and 3. But behind this is the triplet structure, like this one. 1 and 2 and 3. Did you understand this? It's a triplety rhythm. Everything that is played in swing beat is triplet. 1, nan, and 2. And so now you play these triplets in the right hand, and 1 triplet, 2 triplets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, counting now the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We will find later out why this is important, that we know about this triplety structure behind it. Next step. When you are able to play this straight, triplets here, we do a different note. And this is where the difficulty usually starts, when you play different notes in the right hand together with the left hand, because now the brain says, no, I don't want to. I want to play. But we don't. We play. This is the time where you will probably, the first time, stop or crash. So, really go down in tempo. And see which note is coming on what note in the left hand. That's what you always have to do. Go down in speed in the beginning and see what note is coming in the right hand together with the left hand. The next step is we spread. We play 4 notes in the right hand. We play the first part of the blues scale. Same left hand. So next step, we are liberating your right hand step by step. Again, slow down and see what is coming together. At the end of this, of course, we want you to play anything in the right hand and like. So the next step for you would be to practice this independence with the new left hand is you play the whole blues scale just up and down. I'm not a great fan of up and down playing because it's not blues, but this is an exercise, not blues. See, we still have this triplet structure. 1, nan, nan, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1. Also, you move the left hand for now to the center, and so that both hands are close together for your eyesight, that you see everything, makes it easier than if you play like this. Okay, so next step is the whole scale. Same thing. Christian, I did the left hand now that I didn't want to play. Okay. That's your practicing now for you to do at home. And here, just follow my finger setting, under setting here, second here, third here, fourth here. And the same goes down, 3, 2, 1, oversetting with the third finger. If you have already your own finger setting, keep that. There are many, not many, but a couple of possibilities to play this. So I play this one, under setting, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and this one. Okay? So now you have achieved already a certain independence that might take you a couple of days. Some make it at once, some need a week. Don't worry about that. The next thing we want is, later on in licks and stuff, the usual problem is the rhythm, like syncopations, for example. Syncopations are if you play downbeat and an offbeat, but don't play the next downbeat. So it's the one that is kind of hanging in the air. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. If the and is the last note. If I play it like this, 1 and 2. This is not a syncopation anymore. Syncopation is when the and is hanging in the air, or the official definition is the accentuation of the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And we don't like syncopations because when the right hand does syncopations, the left hand wants to join in. Yes, it's a bad fella here. So let me also please just use the opportunity quickly to make a little advertising for my collection of 17 easy left hands, ranging from very easy, from this one to whatever, for just $8.50. Every penny going, of course, back into the production of free videos for you. Thanks. And since these problems with the syncopations happen over and over again, it is really useful to extract this problem, or as the smart asses like me say, extrapolate. You practice syncopations and offbeats that later on in licks you don't have the problems anymore. Instead of never learning them separately, and then with every lick with syncopations, you are still like, oh no, what was that? Oh no, what was that? Ah, where was that? And if we focus once or twice on the syncopations alone, you get the rest much easier. You just fill in different notes. We start with this little example I just showed you. Like 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the 1 and the and is the syncopation, okay? You turn it around, 1. This has the advantage that we are also accentuating a blue note. Ba, bap. You see? Then you can spread these syncopations with this one, accentuating the flat 5, another blue note, and going here, and then accentuating this one. So we have 2 syncopations now, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can also then start with taking this the third important note. It's already a world-class blues, no? Excellent. So, you see, now we are spreading again. We learned one syncopation, and then, if we understood this, we fill in other notes. So you just fill in other notes into the same rhythmic slots. Just wander around like now with these different accentuations. Yeah. Now, so we have now, let's say, mastered a little problem. We mastered the syncopations and a little bit of independence of the left hand. When you master the first little problems on C with the new left hand, then at some point you add the left hand. So I call that spreading the form. You follow the form, the blues form, which you hopefully know already, otherwise there's a tutorial. Just Google or YouTube search Christian piano or Christian blues, blues form, and you will find it. You know it has 4 bars C, 2 bars F, 2 bars C, 1 bar G, 1 bar F, and 2 bars C again. You pre-practice this enough that it doesn't steal your like so much of your brain power, that you now have, let's say, you freed 50% of your brain power to focus on the next thing to master. You know, we go in layers. You master the first easy things, then you have enough brain power to focus on the next little detail coming on top of it. You practice that, then you have enough focus left again for the next difficulties, in this case the syncopations. You master those syncopations, you have enough brain power left to play the syncopations, to see when you play them, to see the different blue notes you can play, you can accentuate. You see, difficulty by difficulty we're adding. And in the end, this saves you a lot of time than compared to what a lot of students do, play it all at once, and they played 50 times all at once, and they're still not there. Where against you already, a couple of hours later, have managed. Now, you do this. And the brain power you freed is now able to count bars. A little brain power stays here, but a big part can now parallel count the bars. We need 4 bars C. Let's see how long one of these patterns is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so twice of these make 1 bar. Important. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and one of the little advantages of being able to count. So we just played 4 bars of C. Then comes the change to F, and that is causing a lot of trouble in your brain, because the left hand is jumping, and where am I? And you will experience a kind of punctual, like a half a second of dizziness. If you look close enough, if you feel close enough, you feel a little dizziness. You're without hold, and this hold is not necessary in many cases. This dizziness, if you stay on top of it, if you practice this enough, because then the stress is just imaginary, because you already, after practicing this, already in the last bar of C. Now we want to go. So this doesn't need any more brain power. So you can stay quite calm. It stays the same. And on the last bar of C, because you can play both, you can already look ahead. And on the last bar, from the beginning of the bar, you can already focus on the F. So now I'm looking already at the F. Here, I'm prepared. Are you? Second bar F now. I know C is coming. I'm prepared. I know where the C is. So it's always just a matter of pre-practicing the stuff before enough. Because what happens most of the time is people stopping at the C just before F. It's stopping just before F, and it drives me nuts. Because it destroys the blues. It destroys the form. You're stopping. And it's not necessary if you learn to look ahead and to see, you're playing four bars. That's plenty. You have all the time for these 4 bars to be prepared that C is coming. But many students, just on the last bar of C, on the last fourth of C, they say, oh, damn it, yes, it's F coming. No, you know it all along, and the other stuff you play is not taking your brain power anymore, so the stress is not necessary. Important, get the changes of the chords right in time. Practice until you manage that. Some first learn the fancy licks, and then they have 4 bars C, and they always and it's so annoying because it's the wrong priorities. The blues has to be intact, the flow has to be intact, and you must only play what you can play to keep the blues form intact. That's my main rule. You know, only play as much as you can keep the chord changes running properly. Okay? This is for today. There are coming more of these lessons. For today, you have enough. Practice this with everything I showed you. 1 note, 2 notes, then syncopations. Then spreading the syncopations, just filling them with different notes. And then adding the blues form. That's plenty for a week. And thanks for watching. We will go on that track in one of my next tutorials. And thanks for coming by. All the best from Berlin. Now go practice. Bye bye. I hope you liked my video and that you learned something. Now you can subscribe. Just press this subscribe button or click on another of my videos on this side. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.